So we're working the arch of the foot as well as the slow lowering on one leg, which is strengthening and lengthening the calf muscle there. Plie back. 4 count tendu. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stay where you are. Tendu's the side. Second position. Transfer. Take a side stretch on a Soutenu. And close. Tendu. Transfer your weight. Second position. Side stretch on a Soutenu. And then we'll finish in first position balance. Take the arms into middle fifth. Up. Open the hands. And then reach out as you lower. Okay? All right. Here we go. First, or parallel. Starting in releve. Floating up, down, up, down, up, down, plie, turn up, lower, up. Good. Nice, you guys, doing without the bar. Prancing. Right over the foot, just to give us a little more information about releve. So when I say tracking, we're talking about having the knee right over the middle of the foot, and then you want to keep that in your releve, in your turned out position. When you releve, it's good to, especially in this first position, this can start to happen a little bit, right? And notice how my big toe joint is kind of coming off the floor. So one way to really keep your alignment is to anchor through that big toe joint and really feel that as the biggest part of your metatarsal through that big toe joint, and really push down into that big toe joint in that releve, and then keep that engaged as you lower. So everyone just try that releve and just notice you don't necessarily have to go all the way up either for that releve. You can kind of go halfway, but just really connecting to that big toe. Yes, very nice, Elle. Yes, Tasha. Beautiful. Yeah, do you feel how much stronger your leg feels when you really connect to that part of your foot? So we don't want to pronate, we don't want to roll in, but chances are we're more likely to be here. So if we really anchor through that big toe joint, then we're connecting to that whole line through all the way up to the hip. Okay, plie today, let's do it this way. Demi-plie, hold the shape in the arm. Demi-plie, open the arm. And then press up and lower. Then take your 4-count plie, which can be a grand plie or a demi, down for 2, and then up for 2. Forward stretch and down. Take the arm out, turn the head for your back bend, and then second position, same thing. Demi-plie, hold the shape, plie open, take a releve, and lower. Grand plie in second. Remember the grand plie in second, you just go as far as the hip with the knees, or pelvis with the knees, side stretch towards the bar, and away. And then we'll releve, take the arms up, open the hands, plie, tendu pose and for first. So with the grand plie, one thing I'd like to say is you don't necessarily have to go all the way down to really feel the legs engaged. In fact, it's probably more strengthening if you don't go all the way, because you're having to really keep engaged in the thighs. Because if you go all the way down, you kind of relax the thighs and just kind of hang out here forever, right? But if you kind of go right above that, then you're having to hold it. So if you're not going all the way on that grand plie, don't worry. It's still a good strengthener just to go a little bit beyond that demi-plie and let the heels come up. All right, let's try this music. Here we go. First position. Plie. Straighten. Plie. Open. Releve. Lower. Grand plie. Forward. And back. Second position. First, quarter round. Open. Releve. Lower. Grand plie. Side stretch. Good. And away. And take our balance in a second. Bring the arms together. Take the arms up to high hip. Open. Plie. Tendu back to first. Let's take it again, everyone. Plie. Straighten. Plie. Straighten. Releve. Lower. Grand plie. Forward. Back. Tendu. Second position. Plie. Straighten. Plie. Releve. Lower. Grand plie in second. Very nice. Side stretch. Up and over. Releve. Take the arms up. Open. And float down. And back to first. Good. Nice. Good. So a little bit of a different feeling in this plie, which is kind of fun, right? It's fun to feel a slight different swing and feel for that plie. So let's take the second side. First position. Here we go. And plie. Hold the arm. And open. Very nice. Grand plie. Forward. And back. Second position. side stretch, up and over and away, and take your balance, and arms go up, open, plie, point, close, reverse, open, rise, lower, crawl, plie, very good, and forward, and back, undo seconds, plie, plie, releve, lower, and roll. And side stretch, up and over, and away, and roll, everybody. Take the arms up, and open, good, and come back to first, good, all right, good. Good, so let's take our rotation. So you tandu, flex, in, out, point, close, plie. And then to the side, flex, in, out, point, close, plie. To the back, flex, in, out, point, close, plie, side, flex, in, out, point, close, demi plie. And then tendu, close straight en croix. And then tendu, close and plie. And then we'll take soutenu, 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 soutenu. The last soutenu. Come up to a releve with your first port de bras. Forward and back on your releve, and then find your balance. Let's open the arms to the middle, and then we'll reach forward there at the end to find that nice pitch forward with that. Okay, does that make sense, everyone? Pretty much what we've been doing, maybe a slight difference, but here we go. This is about finding our rotation and then holding that rotation on the standing leg. Point, flex, in, out. Point, close, yeah, open. Side, flex, in, out. Point, close, reverse port de bras. To the back, flex, in, very nice, everyone. You guys look great. Excellent, John. Very nice, Elle. Beautiful, Tasha. Great. And tendu, close straight. Good. Good. Beautiful alignment, Wendy. Very nice. Good. And tendu. Yeah. Good. Good. And soutenu. Good. That's it. Nice. Gino, good. Good. And hold a releve on that last one. And forward. And back. That's it. Good, everyone. And remember your big toe joint here on your balance. Anchor through that big toe joint. And reach forward as you lower. Good. You guys look so good. So good. Okay, let's do the other side. From first position, arm forward and side. And stretch, flex, in, big toe joint, bring it to the middle, and generous opening. Yes. Oh, lovely. Guys, so good. Very, very nice. Okay. It's time for our tendu. So let's do the ones from first. First, tendu, plie, point and close, and tendu, plie, point and close, and chasse. Down, and chasse. And then we'll repeat it, arms up, high fifth. And this just really helps us to feel how much we really have to transfer. Chasse, plie, and good. So the reason why I like to give this exercise pretty early on in the beginning class is because I want us to understand what the tendu is for. Like, why do we do this with our feet in ballet? So in this, so we have our tendu that goes out and in, right? So we're using this beautiful foot, pointing the toe all the way, pulling the heel up into the calf muscle, and then feeding it back into first. But really, in a situation like this, we use that release of the tendu to find the floor, and then I'm going to use a tendu here, push, to find my standing leg. So there's this strength of pushing off the foot. So we're trying to find that relationship between the pointing of the foot and our standing leg. So really the tendu is used to help us transfer. That's kind of a lot to think about, right? So it's also having the beautiful pointed foot all the way, but also how it manifests of a stance on that one leg. Okay, so the two legs are working together. Okay, here we go. That looked good, everyone. Here we go. Tendu, plie, point, close. Tendu, plie, point, chasse. Slide, and again. Tendu, plie, push. Good. Very nice. This looks great, everyone. Yeah, take it as deep as you can. Good. And then arms up. Just testing our weight. Great, nice, Wendy. Beautiful, guys. Good. Good, nice transfers. Last set, everyone. Good, Beth. Good. Good, very nice. Good. Good. So now we'll go from fifth position, right? Because the forward and back, it's much easier to have that cross because then it's just right underneath her body. Otherwise, we're kind of doing this, which doesn't really help. So we want to have the cross position. So you'll take one hand on the bar. Let's do it once, hand on hip just for now. So tendu, plie and fourth. Now when you plie and fourth, if we were to just place the fourth position with a straight leg, we would pull it back, right? We would kind of pull it underneath yourself. So there's this action of pushing the heel forward and then lengthening up through the body as you lower through that arch of the foot so that we're not letting the hips go back, right? Now, if that's feeling really constricted to do your plie, go ahead and step forward a little bit, but make sure you're opening up the hip and staying forward, right? So everyone just kind of check that out a little bit. Try and find that fourth position right underneath, but if you have to take it bigger, that is totally fine as well. Good. And then we have our chasse, plie, slide, using that point of the foot to fully get onto the other leg. Plie, slide enough. All right, I'm going to show you the arms if you want to do the arms. So when you're ever going to the front, your arm goes up to high fifth. Tendu, when you plie, you bring it to the middle, and then you change it to your arabesque as you transfer, and then you just do the reverse of that. Tendu, whenever you plie, you round the arm and then up. Okay, so the arm is going here, round, straight, round. Everyone just practice that. So from this round shape, I'm not letting my shoulder come in. I'm keeping this the same and I'm just straightening the elbow only. Kind of robotic at first, but that helps keep this structure the same, this kind of lift. All right, so then with the chassé, you take the same, so as you start the plie, you want to bring it in and then you reach forward. It kind of helps to pull you forward. Plie and up. Tendu, plie. All right, so we'll try it. If you want to try it with the arms today, let's go for it. If that feels like too much, just put the hand on the hip. All right, right side, here we go. Arm forward, up, tongue, point, close, tongue, point, chassé. Good, chassé. Good, tongue, point, close, tongue, point, chassé. About the épaule, about the bar arm, keeping that shoulder forward. So right away we're starting to feel our shouldering, our twisting of the épaule, the ballet shimmy, in other words. Okay, let's do the other side. Here we go. Left foot in front. Whoops. Arm forward and tongue. Do you remember, so Beth, we've been working on this one, we've been building up to it, but I think you'll do great. So remember, it's brush, touch, close, two, click. Brush, touch, close, two, click. Let's do that 4 times, everyone. Okay, so we'll do the first pattern 4 times. So that's brush, touch, close, a slow, and 2, quick. Brush, touch, close, 2, quick. Then let's do double pique, single, because I think it's too fast to get those 2 singles. If you want to go for it, go for it. But I'm going to do bounce, bounce, close, and bounce, close. Double, single. Okay, do that 4 times. And then we'll do our clash. Brush, touch, close, back, touch, close, go through, and a triple lip, close. Back, touch, close, front, touch, close, back, front, 1, 2, 3. Then do 1 more on a soutenu. Pique de susu. And then let's take a little coupe here, balance at the end. So you're gonna go to the susu, bring the toe to the ankle, try and find your balance, then put it to susu, release the back foot and lower fifth. Oh my gosh, that ending is like ridiculously hard. Okay, do we have it? Everyone try that swinging action into the pique forward. Just play with that. That's it, exactly, Audrey. Isn't that fun? So you kind of use that swinging action to then just follow it. Follow your body up through that. Yes, Tasha. Does that make sense, Elle? So as you're taking that swing, so in other words, you're going to catch that, the leg will, it's kind of like instead of the leg swinging back, it pulls you up into the susu, right? So you're redirecting that same energy, but you're doing something different with it. All right, you ready? Here we go. 4 times each set. Brush, touch, close, in, brush, touch, close, in, brush, touch, close, in, brush, touch, close. Piques, double, single, double, single, double, single, double. Very good. Flush, brush, touch, close, back, touch, close. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, close, back, front, back, front. 1, 2, 3, and swing, susu. Yes. Find balance. Good, you guys, that looks good. Very, very nice. Other side. Arm forward to the side. Brush, touch, close. In. Nice bending. Very nice articulating through the feet, Tasha. Good. And bounces. Bounce, bounce, close. Single, close. Double. Single. Good, John. Yes. Good. Flush. Brush, touch, close. Back. Front. Back. 1, 2, 3. Close. Back. Yes. Back. Front. 1, 2, 3. And brush. Susu. Okay. Good. Have those balances go, everyone. That coupe. So everyone find that susu again. I kind of just threw that at you. Find your susu again. So finding that. So all you're doing is a little tiny, it's a tiny move right there, really. So from the susu, you just bring it to that. So you keep it right underneath your body right there. Yeah. And then put it back there and then lower to 5th. Good. So we're really just keeping the thighs really close together there and keeping, and again, that anchoring on that big toe joint is really helpful. Try the other leg, everyone, again. So do both legs, just one more check. So find that susu. So the susu means that your toes are right together. That's it, Tasha. And then you just, it's almost like threading a needle. Beautiful, Audrey. Yeah. That's it. Yes. Good. Good, Tasha. And then lower to 5th. Good. So the idea of lengthening right there is really helpful too. So you anchor through the big toe joint on your balanced foot. But what we don't want to do when you put the foot back down is to kind of sink down with it. So you have to kind of lengthen through your spine as you put that foot back into that susu. And then it helps to kind of stabilize and keep your center rather than having that foot down and pull you down with it. Right, so there's always these opportunities in ballet class to find these places of lengthening and opposition, and that's kind of one of those particular moments. Okay, let's do rond de jambe and passe. Good, so let's do this today. We're going to do something something different for rond de jambe. So you're going to tendu to the side, and you're going to do the outward circle first. So you're going to go to the back, through first, front, and finish side. And then reverse it. Go to the front, through first, back, side. Plie in second. Come up to passe, close in first, and tendu. Okay? So it goes outward circle and finish side. Inward circle and finish side. Plie, passe, first position, tendu. Okay, we'll just keep doing that same exact pattern. So remember the rond de jambe, outward, you go to the back, it goes through, so you're really making a letter D, really. Plie, up. And if you want to go up to releve there, you can go to releve if you want to do releve. It's good to do both. Good. So we're finding our circular patterns. Everyone just find your tendu to the side for a second. So remember, when you go from your first, you want to go straight out from that first and keep that heel forward so that the leg is rotated. We don't want to have this happening. As you go from side to back, keep that heel reaching forward as long as you possibly can stand it so that this isn't the action to go back, right? So you're actually actively feeling that heel pushing forward that way, right? And then from the front to the side, the heel pushes it around. As you go from side to the front, you want to feel the heel lifting up. And from the back, the heel pulling it around. Yeah. So there's an activation of your rotation every time you're moving from any position in the rond de jambe, whether it's front to side, side to back, back side, whatever it is. The turnout is what is moving the direction, okay? All right, we'll do it 4 times. At the very end, let's find our balance in passe, and we'll hold that passe for a while. Okay. Depending on how long you want to hold that balance. Arm forward to the side, tendu. Back around, finish side. Front around, finish side. Yep. Passe. Yep. Tendu. Back around, finish side. And front around, finish side. Yep. And up. Yep. more passe understanding from the rotary where your toes at the side of the knee. So we're not going to the front or to the back. So there's lots of variations of your passe. So you can have it to the side right there. That one's actually kind of hard to really find that rotation. You'll see in like older styles of ballet where they have this happening. So everyone just try that for a sec. Where you have kind of the arch of the foot is right underneath your kneecap, right? That kind of has a feeling, doesn't it? It has a different feeling. That's the old style of retiré. It's progressed to bringing it here, right? And you can see how it makes things a little bit more complicated in the hips for that. I don't see anything wrong with kind of, and this is kind of Audrey building on that question that you asked, right? About your hamstring, right? Because you can tell, you can feel how it feels different on your hamstring, depending on where you put that toe in relation to your knee. And I just wanted to offer that as information of the progression of technique over time, right? So maybe we could think of when we're doing a beginning class, we're actually traveling through time a little bit. It wasn't until more advanced dancers decided to take it here, Balanchine went way up here like this, right? And that's why so many of those dancers kind of had hip problems. So what's the function of the passe, right? The function of it should be right underneath you, right? It shouldn't take you off your balance. So I think that's a great way to kind of gear it for yourself, is that if you're taking it to an extreme and it's making you do other things and fall over, try and make it more centered, right? And the more you get it into the center, then you're gonna kind of get everything kind of organized in a way that's supporting itself rather than kind of overusing one aspect of it. Yeah, great. So just a little bit of, you know, your own body knowledge and also just like, you know, what actually works, right? What's the use of it? Let's take what's called pas de cheval. So everyone just pretend you're a horse for a second. This is what I do with my little kids class. We do a horse dance. And this is when the horse is hungry, right? You see your pawing. So pas de cheval, it's the step of the horse. It's this pawing action, right? So I'd like to do an exercise where we progress in height with this pas de cheval action. And I want us to just kind of just think of it as that gesture more than, and then it'll get more balleified as you kind of work on it. So to go to the other extreme, you're standing in your bit position, you bring it to coupe and extends out and close. And a lot of times it's broken down that way, right? Coupe, straight, close. But really it's this kind of pawing action. So if you can take this feeling in the turned in, kind of just like that paw, and notice how your toe kind of does that, and then just rotate it. And try and find that same gesture in a rotation. Yeah. And then just keep it, yeah, and take it all directions, to the side, and then to the one to the back is really weird. Yeah. Yes, good. Try the other leg, everyone. Yeah. So you just have to think of the gesture as the feeling of the movement, right? We want to get that. Very nice, Tasha. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love it. See, now we're all putting our own personalities into it, and it's so beautiful. Yeah. So what we're going to do in this exercise is we're going to progress in height. So you're going to do, let me just make sure I have the right amount. I think I want to do. To just progress each time higher. So the first one, and there's no rule for how high the last one has to be. Did you have a question, Gina?
Yeah, so are we trying to stay in fifth? Are we not coming back to first? Or are we
you want to
staying?
go? So ideally we want to get to the point where it's like this beautiful, perfect position. But what I want us to feel first is the gesture of it. Because I think sometimes we can get locked down in the position and it can get very stiff and we can get, but it has to have this kind of gesture with it. And then it'll build into that. more, but you definitely do want to take it from that fifth.
And then my other question is, we're not exchanging weight. We're staying all the way to staying on the standing leg.
No, technically you would put your weight on both feet.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting into the pure technique of it at that point. So I know Tasha asked that question before too, didn't you? I think it was about class. You're like, do you really have to put your weight? And to be honest with you, this is a question that all dancers ask ourselves all the time. And the real answer is no. And the real answer is yes. Because, right? I mean, we know in reality, like sometimes we are on that foot a little bit more. But to really train our center, we do want to try and go for that, both feet on the ground. Yeah, you kind of have to be intuitive about it, right? And it's kind of this give and take of whether or not you want to be perfect or you want to keep moving. Okay, so the idea today is the gesture and seeing how high you can take that last one without pushing it or straining anything. So just know your flexibility and just build the height after 4. So each one you're increasing your height, and we're increasing the gesture. It's getting bigger, right? So it's small, a little bit bigger, because it's going higher, right? So it's becoming a bigger gesture. That's right. Good, that's it. Good, very nice. Let's try the other leg. Good, other side. Good. Yes, very nice, Gina. Very well done. Yeah. Good. Yes, very nicely done. That was beautiful, you guys. Good. Good. Gina, nice. Yeah. So Gina, what was really nice about what you were doing is that you were marrying the sense of the movement, the gesture, right? The idea with the technique. And that's really where we want to try and get in ballet, right? Is that it doesn't become stiff, it doesn't become like locked in. We still have this sense of a natural movement behind it, right? And this is how you build in ballet, because you want to know where your body is. You want to know what you're capable of before you start to push it beyond those limits sometimes. So that's why I wanted to start with the idea of the gesture on that. Let's take our battement. So we do 3 brush touches, 3, and then 2 passes. And 3 to the front, 2 passes, 3 side, 2 passes. Let me make sure I have my correct music, as I'm doing different music. Is this right? Down, 2, 3, up. Okay, good. That will work. Good, so we'll do front, side, side, and then repeat. Here we go. Brush, touch, close. Extensions, everyone. Look at that. Take it again. are getting more extension. Your leg was like really, really lifted there. It's really, really nice.
No idea. Thank you. I don't know, but I think I may have hurt my hip when I did that.
Oh, you did? You went a little too far.
Yeah.
You have to be careful.
Yeah, I did. I think I pushed it a little too far.
Okay, well, you were having fun. That's
Yeah.
so, yeah. So
that's okay.
Well, yeah. So you have to kind of know where that is, right? So when you're doing that push from the floor, you just kind of want to let it go as high as your flexibility has. Let's go to the back, alternating, no passe, it's just alternating to the back. Here we go. I hope you're okay, Wendy. Here we go. Let's come center, everyone. Let's come center. Good. So let's take our pirouette. Soutenu and rond de jambe and plie and passe and pivot around and then close behind. Soutenu, rond de jambe, plie and up and pivot around all the way. Good. So we'll do that pivot first. It's painful, that pivot. It's not fun. I personally don't enjoy it that much, but because it's hard. It's really hard to hold that turn out, but you really will build the strength for the pirouette. Then let's do this. Soutenu, rond de jambe, and take a quarter turn. Close in front. Soutenu, rond de jambe. Do that 4 times. Soutenu, rond de jambe. Up. So you get that sense of the turn. Close behind the very last one, and then we'll go the other way. Soutenu, rond de jambe, and you don't even have to necessarily go up to a releve there. It's more of just finding that torque. Does everyone understand how we're getting into? Everyone show me once with that quarter turn. So soutenu, rond de jambe, and quarter turn, close in front. Close in front, close in front. Yes. Remember, your pirouette has to have a plan. That's right, John. Soutenu. Good. So remember to close. So closing the leg means that you want to go into 5th first. John, go into 5th and then take the soutenu rond de jambe. So whenever close in 5th. And then take your soutenu. So the soutenu, we're in our 5th position. We take our soutenu rond de jambe. Place it to 4th, comes to the front of the knee, close in front. And then you just keep repeating that over and over. You have a new front every time you take that turn.
Kristen, I keep getting the arms mixed up.
Oh, good question. You're probably not the only one.
Yeah.
So the rule is you want to have the same arm in front as your front leg that you start with. So you have your soutenu. So look and see which leg that is. Put that arm forward. Okay, so then you should feel that nice torque in your back. Then you just round everything as you go into your plie. Then this arm comes in as you take your quarter turn. So remember to go towards your passe. So try it one more time, Wendy. So soutenu, so you go front around to the back. Good. Plie in 4th. Go towards your back foot. That's right. Bring it to the front of the knee. Now your back foot, you pick up your back foot. Pick up your back foot. Goes to the front of the knee. Yep. So here's the thing, Wendy, watch one more time. So this is my right foot. So I take my right foot around. This leg that's behind me, this one, I'm gonna pick it up and go towards it. Yes. So I don't know, maybe let's see if we can see it from this. Can you see it from this side, Wendy? So in this fourth position, I'm bringing the back foot to the front of my knee and I turn into that leg. Does that make sense, Wendy?
Kind of.
No, it's hard to
I don't know why it
You
confuses
kind of
me.
feel it. So if I'm bringing, so everyone, if you're bringing your back leg to the front of the knee, it's gonna pull you into the turn. So that's the feel. There you go. That's what you want to try and feel is this back leg pulling you towards it.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense, but then when I get to do it, I just like can't do
I'll
it.
just keep saying it. I'll keep saying it so that we remember. Let's do it, everyone, so that we can try. So we'll try with the pivot first, and then we'll do the quarter turns. Here we go. Soutenue. Rond de jambe. Plie. Pick up your back foot. Pivot. Flows behind. Soutenue. Rond de jambe. Plie. Pivot. Flows behind. Quarter turns. Plie. And hold. Good. Soutenue. Rond de jambe. Plie. Quarter turn. Plie. Here we go. Soutenue. Around. Plie. Back to front. That's it. Here's our last one. Soutenue. Around. Plie. Back to front. Yes, Wendy. Close behind. Soutenue. Around. Plie. I thought the music was gonna stop. And soutenue. Around. Plie. Quarter turn. Plie. Straighten. And hold on, let's do our last two turns. Here we go. Soutenue. Around. Plie. Good. And last one. That's it. Good. Yes. All right. Good. Let's finish with our adagio. I know we're running a little bit late. That's right, Tasha. That's right. Remember to have your other foot, other arm in front though. I know it's so confusing. We're gonna keep working on it. That's it, John. Okay, let's do our adagio. So we're gonna start with our arm tendu and tanlier. Arms tendu, tanlier. Then we'll do our développé, and then I'd like us to do chassé with the développés. So we do développé and chassé transition. Okay, and then we go to the back, right? Tanlier for the tendu, and then when we do the développé, where the leg goes in the air, take a chassé. So it finishes the same, you just start with a chassé. All right, here we go. Let's do it with the music. We're just a few minutes over. But I wanted to get our tendu, close, transition. Carte. Good, nice, Wendy, good. Good, everyone. Thank you. Any questions? You guys are remembering your adagio really well. Well done.